Welcome to the Leadership Collective. I'm Sandra Elizabeth. Today we're talking about a subject that affects every workplace, every organization, and every community. The topic is when silence has a price. This involves every professional who has ever looked the other way because speaking up might cost them something. Silence has become one of the greatest threats to integrity. Many organizations don't collapse because nobody knew there was a problem. They collapse because too many people knew and nobody was willing to say anything. Today we're going to explore why this happens and what it costs. Before we continue, I want to ask you to ask yourself a question. If doing the right thing meant losing money, would I still do it? That one question will reveal more about your character than your resume or your CV ever will. It's easy to say, it's not my problem. But eventually, someone else's compromise becomes your crisis. Someone else's dishonesty becomes your reputation. Silence has a cost. When people ignore wrongdoing, they aren't remaining neutral. No, they are allowing the wrongdoing to continue. There's an old quote that says, the only thing necessary for wrongdoing to flourish is for good people to do nothing. Whether in business, in government, non-profit organizations, ministry, and other places, ethical failures often grow because people choose comfort over courage. Think about your own workplace today. Have you ever witnessed something that didn't feel right? Maybe favoritism, manipulation, abuse of authority, conflicts of interest, misuse of funds, dishonest reporting. Now ask yourself, did I ignore it because it was easier? You see, growth begins with honest self-reflection. So why do people stay silent? There are many reasons. Number one, fear. People fear losing their jobs. They fear being isolated. They fear becoming unpopular. They fear retaliation. And fear is powerful. But courage isn't the absence of fear. Courage is doing what's right despite fear. Number two, financial security. Sometimes silence has a price tag. I need this client. I can't afford to lose this contract. I have a mortgage. Money has convinced many good people to compromise, not overnight, little by little. One ignored issue, one overlooked transaction, one unsigned concern, until compromise becomes normal. Number three, loyalty to the wrong thing. Real loyalty is not loyalty to wrongdoing. Real loyalty protects an organization. It protects a community. It protects a person. False loyalty protects individuals. There is a difference. Great leaders understand that exposing a problem can actually save an organization. I want you to get out a book or a notepad and write these things down. What do I value the most? Is it money? Is it approval? Is it job security? Is it truth? Is it character? Because when pressure comes, your priorities becomes very visible. Small compromises can become big scandals. Nobody wakes up planning to become unethical. Nobody wakes up planning to have no integrity. It starts small. I'll ignore this one today. It's probably nothing. Or they've always done it this way. It isn't my responsibility. Small compromises like that eventually become organizational culture. Culture isn't built by mission statements. It is built by what leaders consistently tolerate. Never ever normalize what you know is wrong, simply because it has become common. Common isn't always correct. Popular isn't always ethical. Accepted isn't always right. Most people will ask, what can I get away with? Leaders will ask, what is the right thing to do? Most people will ask, will anyone find out? A leader will ask, can I live with this decision? Most people ask, how much will this cost me? A real leader will ask, what will compromise cost my character? Because character is always more valuable than comfort. For the next week, make one decision every day based entirely on your values rather than convenience. It may be a difficult conversation. It might mean admitting a mistake. It might mean refusing to participate in something that is questionable. Integrity grows through consistent choices. There's a story about the cracked wall, a story about the cost of silence. So there was a large manufacturing company which had just built a brand new warehouse. It was modern, impressive, and represented years of planning and millions of dollars in investment. A few weeks after opening, a maintenance employee noticed a long crack running down one of the support walls. He mentioned it to his supervisor. The supervisor looked at it and said, "Oh, it's probably just the building settling. Don't worry about it." The maintenance worker wasn't convinced. Over the next few months, the crack became wider. Another employee noticed it. He thought about reporting it, but then remembered the supervisor's response. He assumed someone else had already dealt with it, so he said nothing. Soon, everyone who worked in that warehouse knew about the crack. The forklift drivers joked about it. The cleaners walked past it every day. Managers held meetings in the buildings. Visitors even commented on it. Everyone saw it, but nobody acted on it. One rainy afternoon, after weeks of heavy storms, part of the wall suddenly gave way. The roof over one section of the warehouse collapsed. Fortunately, it happened after work hours and no one was killed. But the damage was devastating. Operations stopped for months. Customers took their business elsewhere. The company lost millions in repairs and delayed deliveries. An engineering investigation followed. The investigators didn't ask, who caused the crack? Instead, they asked, who knew about it? The answer was painful. Almost everyone. Maintenance had seen it, supervisors had seen it, managers had seen it, even contractors had mentioned it. The report concluded that the collapse wasn't caused by the crack alone. It was caused by months of ignored warnings. Organizations rarely collapse because of one problem. They collapse because small problems are ignored until they become impossible to ignore. A crack in a wall is easy to repair. A collapsed building is not. The same is true in your leadership. A toxic employee, a breakdown in communication, a culture of disrespect, a neglected customer complaint, a broken process. Each one begins as a small crack. If leaders ignore the crack, they will eventually have to deal with the collapse. Ask yourself, what cracks exist in your team today? What cracks exist in the people that you manage? What problems has everyone noticed but nobody is addressing? Are you repairing small issues or waiting for a major crisis? Great leaders don't wait for buildings to collapse. Great leaders don't wait for organizations to collapse. They fix the cracks while they're still small. You may be a leader of your family, a leader of kids, a leader of the youth, a leader in your community, a leader in your organization. But if you're a leader, don't create an environment where people are afraid to talk. Create psychological safety, reward their honesty, encourage their questions, investigate concerns. Never punish someone simply because they raised an uncomfortable issue in good faith. When employees know they will be heard, problems are identified early. When employees are silenced, problems become headlines. Trust is built slowly. It's lost quickly and rebuilt with great difficulty. Every ethical decision either strengthens or weakens trust. Integrity is not an event, it is a habit. There will definitely come a day when doing the right thing will cost you something. It will cost you a promotion, it can cost you a client, it can cost you your job, it can cost you your influence, it can cost you your income. But on that day, remember this: money can replace many things. Character cannot. A career can recover from financial loss, but recovering a damaged reputation is far more difficult. Take time to protect your name, protect your integrity, protect your credibility. Those are assets no balance sheet can truly measure. My final thought today is success built without integrity is temporary. Integrity may slow your journey. It may cost you opportunities. It may cost you relationships, but it will never cost you your self-respect. Your greatest asset is not your title, not your salary, not your influence. Your greatest asset is your integrity. So guard it well. Character is what you do when no one is watching, and integrity is what you refuse to compromise when everyone else is. If today's conversation challenged you, take a moment to reflect on where integrity is being tested in your own life or leadership. I'm Sandra Elizabeth. Until next time, lead with courage, lead with conviction, and above all, lead with integrity.